the brake calipers. Turns out I was missing a tool because I needed this 3/8 Allen driver on a socket. And so if you need one of those, if you've never removed calipers on a G body, I will put a link in the description below where to pick one of those up on Amazon. But hey, if you're meeting me for the first time, I'm Grant Tommy. This is Straight Six Fan, your home for offbeat hot rodding. And yes, that's my offbeat hot rod, a 1979 Pontiac Grand Prix. We are now in position to drop the coils out, but let's get to it and let's remove the stock springs. After removing the cotter pin, our goal now is to back off the castle nut of the upper ball joint just ever so slightly. Just enough. So now we don't want to take this off all the way because we're trying to create a controlled drop. And let me explain that. Okay, with our floor jack in place, and the castle nut has, probably at least 2 threads still showing on the end of the ball joint. We're gonna pound on the spindle to get it to release. Alright, so the whaling on the control arm didn't exactly loosen it up, so we had to get the old pry bar out to break the ball joint loose. So you can see the castle nut's still on there. We got our jack underneath, and so we're gonna just put a little more pressure on that, and this will allow us to back the castle nut off the rest of the way. And it's good, I cannot feel a ton of energy as I'm doing this, so that means I've got enough pressure on the jack that, and even if I wanted to be conservative, I could back this off a good number, lower the jack, and just kind of like stagger that a little bit. But actually it looks like the control arm's coming down just a little bit with the castle nut. And again, okay, we got good pressure on the jack. We're going to preload this a little more, back off the castle nut by hand. And now the trick is to be as slow as we can with our floor jack. And this is where it's good to have 2 floor jacks because the rotor was bottoming out on my red jack, so I got this one out. Get it out, and so we'll see if I have my jack stands high enough to get this to truly droop far enough. Gotta get the old safety glasses on just in case. I don't have near as much spring pressure taken off this as I think I do, but I think there's hardly any spring energy left, but hey, see something go terribly wrong, or it goes all right. I guess we'll just get out of the way here. Alright, well, the tail on the bottom part of the spring is still like cupped and hanging on to the lower control arm, so I think this is the point in the process where I'm going to go to O'Reilly's and we get a spring compressor, because this just doesn't seem like it's going to end well. So we'll get it back down on the jack stand, we'll go get that spring compressor, we'll do the spring compressor thing, and we'll get these springs out. Okay, so there we have it. And even with the spring compressor, still a bit sketchy, but yeah, we got it. We can remove it, sort of. There we go. And this is where I gotta say thanks to our guys over at UMI Suspensions. because they helped us out with a set of front lowering springs. Now, I still paid for them, but they helped us out. So we'll get these out, we'll get the 1-inch lowering springs in, and then it's time to reverse everything, put everything back together. Alright, well, it's night number 3, and a couple lessons we've learned along the way is, one, we gotta get this higher up on the jack stands so we can get a little more lower control arm droop out of the situation. So yes, while we did get the lowering coil in last night, I was re-looking at UMI's instructions, and on the back side here they tell you they want to make sure that the top part of the coil springs inside the actual ring or the fingers of the coil bucket. And peeked my head up there last night at the end, looked, and it was definitely some concentric circle action going on. So we got to drop this again, which not a big deal because the only thing we did last night is we just got that upper ball joint castle nut on, so that should be pretty easy. But we're going to jack it up first, and then the other lesson, of course, is got a little sloppy with not wearing my gloves. And my hands were disgusting, so we're going to try to do both of those a little bit better here tonight. Truth be told, it's been a challenge. We didn't get the springs back in. Tried the different spring compressor from O'Reilly's, and just frankly, there's just not a lot of physical room under there to get a spring compressor in and get it to compress enough. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. Didn't work, so we may end up taking off the lower control arms and then putting the spring in the way we want it to, jacking up the lower control arm, put it back in. But I don't know, it feels like a recipe for disaster, but we'll try one more thing before we resort to that. But point is, this episode's ending, and here we are on the 3rd Sunday, and I don't have new springs installed. That kind of stinks. But this Sunday, it's more about I was kind of busy this weekend. I really didn't actually work on it. But yeah, part 2, hopefully next full-length episode you see. We will have lowering springs in. Hopefully I don't struggle from here on out. So unless you just need to take a break from things and walk away. But if you want to catch up on some of my other episodes on the Grand Prix, I'll leave some other videos here at the end card. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it to the end. To all my 6 fans out there, thanks for watching.